first off, is it a lot easier to see the screen today? Bob took out some light bulbs for me so that it's not as bright in here, so it's a little bit easier to see what you're doing. All right, yesterday we added and subtracted. Guess what we're doing today? Multiplying and dividing. What I like about multiplying and dividing, the rules are a lot simpler, okay? So when we multiply or divide, the rules are different than adding and subtracting. If you multiply or divide numbers that have the same sign, whether they're both positive or they're both negative, the answer is always going to be positive. Okay, come on. Everyone's taking notes. That's part of your daily task. On the flip side, if you multiply or divide two numbers that have opposite or different signs, the answer, what did I type here? The answer, this off didn't proofread her stuff, will be negative. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there. I mean, whoever wrote these notes, we're going to have to talk to them about that, right? It was me. Can I blame it on Mrs. Hoosier? It was me. No, it was me. We can't blame it on her. Okay, so we're going to multiply and divide today. No calculators again. I'm sorry. When you have a number or a problem written with a fraction bar, is that multiplication or division? Division. That's division. A fraction is division, okay? So don't worry about the signs right now. What is 12 divided by 6? 2. Okay, don't shout random numbers. That is not helpful to anybody around you. Now we look at our signs. 12 is positive. 6 is, so are they the same sign or opposite? Opposite, so my 2 should be negative. If they're opposite signs, your answer will be negative. So my answer should be negative 2. Okay, don't look at the signs. 6 divided by 3. 2. 6 is negative. 3 is positive. So are my signs the same or opposite? Opposite. So my 2 should be negative. Sometimes they might write division with a division sign. Means the same thing. Ignore the signs. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 10 is negative. 5 is, so are they the same or opposite? Same. My answer should be positive. I don't know. Whoever wrote this should probably mix the answers up, right? We'll talk to them about that. Okay. All right. I want you to try this middle row all on your own. Okay. You're still doing division. Ignore the sign at first and then figure the sign out afterwards. Yes, you can. You don't need a calculator. It's all about your attitude and effort. All about your attitude and effort. If you need to do some multiplying off to the side to figure out what your division answer is, that's totally fine. trying to figure out how many groups of 25 are in 75.
Is it 15?
Mm-mm.
25?
Mm-mm. Whatever you have in there, I don't want to hear it. I can hear you, but rapid. Think of this as money, guys. A quarter is 25 cents, right? If you need to buy a pop for 75 cents, Bryce, how many quarters do you need? 3. And it's going to be a negative. Nicely done. Okay, nicely done. $20 bills. You need to count your $20 bills till you get to 100. Everybody think. Nobody shout an answer yet. Don't shout an answer yet. How many $20 bills would you have to hand me $100? Tone. 5. Positive or negative? Positive? Do you guys agree or disagree with him that it's a positive 5? I agree. Good job. This one was a little bit more difficult, but I saw some of you off to the side did this, and I thought it was smart. You did 15 plus 15, which is how much? 30. 15 plus 15 is 30. And then we added another 15, which would be 45. And we add another 15, and it's 60. So then you got to go back and you say, well, there's 115, 215, 315, 415. So how many 15s are in 60? 4. Positive or negative? Positive 4. Positive 4. There is absolutely nothing wrong with adding to what you need to get. Nothing wrong with that. You're going to get a calculator eventually, but I want to work on some of these integer rules first. Okay? All right, so let's switch it to some multiplication, and Ms. Hoff's going to even add to it. Now we're not just multiplying 2 numbers, we're going to multiply 3 numbers. But just like yesterday, just worry about the first 2. Okay? Ignoring the signs. Somebody, by raising your hand, tell me what 4 times 6 is. Raising your hand. Sam. Okay, ignore the sign right now, 24, right? Then we check. 4 is negative, 6 is, Sam told us that's supposed to be a negative 24. Is he right? Yes, he is. You have opposite signs. Now we need to drag down the negative 2. So we're going to multiply again. Ignore the signs. Don't shout. Raise your hand. Think, what is 24 times 2? Petro. Times. Multiply. If you had 2 groups of 24, how many total would you have? 48. Very good. 48. Okay. 24 was negative. 2 was, so are they the same or different? Same. So 48 should be positive. Okay, let's do the next one together, and then I'm going to let you challenge yourself on the last one. Okay, 3 times negative 2 times negative 7. Nobody shout. Nobody shout. First thing I want you to do is to take 3 times 2. Give yourself a chance to think. Ignore the sign. Ignore the sign. By the raise of your hand, who can tell me 3 times 2? Marilyn? 6. Somebody else tell me by the raise of your hand, should it be positive or negative? Don't shout it. Raise your hand. Jack? He says positive. Agree or disagree? Okay, we got to check our signs here. 3 is positive. 2 is, so are they the same or different? They're different. If they're different or opposites, that your answer is negative. Negative. Now bring down your negative 7. Don't shout. I want everybody to think. We got to take 6 times 7. Give yourself a chance. If you need to write it out, write it out. 6 times 7. Sarah, what do you get?
41.
41, not quite. 42. 42. Okay, now check your signs. Everybody look, don't shout, don't shout. Look at your signs. They're both negative. They are the same, so my answer should be positive. All right, I want you to try that last one on your own. If you did, that's totally fine. Be patient and we'll go over the answer. Multiply your first two numbers, get that answer, and then multiply again. Not quite. Double check your multiplying, double check your signs.
What's 4 times 5? What? I got the sign.
Make sure you multiply. When they're next to each other, you multiply. So if I have two groups of 20, how many am I going to have? Remember you're multiplying. Here we go. Multiply your first two numbers. Remember you're multiplying, so your number's going to get bigger. You're multiplying, so your number's going to get bigger. All right, by the raise of your hand, somebody tell me what 4 times 5 is. Zayden.
4 times 5.
Positive or negative? Do you guys agree or disagree with him? Agree. Good job. Okay, now we're going to bring down -2. We're still multiplying. We're still multiplying. So now we need to take 20 times -2. Courtney, 40, positive or negative? Positive or negative? Negative? Are you guys sure? Why? Very good. 20 is positive because there's nothing in front of it. 2 is negative. So that means they're different, which makes this a -40. What's on the back of this page? Why do you think it's blank? For your scratch paper. Okay? You log into Alex. Your planners are out so you can get your password. You get the rest of the hour to work. What score do you have to have? 100%. And I believe, guys, it's 8:40. That is 29 minutes. Okay? You have almost a half hour.